Hello, welcome to Not Just Books. My name is Dolores Greenwald, Director of the Williamson County Public Library. This monthly show is created to tell viewers about the library and what interesting things are happening in the Williamson County area. So sit back, relax, and remember, tune in once a month to learn about your community. You can find out more information about the Williamson County Libraries and its 5 branches by visiting our website at wcpltn.org. Today, we have some very special guests who will be discussing your community and what is happening with books. If you're interested in what the library has to offer in the way of ebooks, please stay tuned. In our Your World segment, we'll be talking to Mindy Tate, Executive Director of Franklin Tomorrow and Friends of Franklin Parks. Also joining us on What's Hot in Books is Marion Bryant, Bluegrass Regional Library Director with the Tennessee State Library and Archives and the administrator of their Reads program. In our Save the Dates segment, Davy Edds, Vice President of the Friends of Williamson County Library, will be here to discuss the upcoming book sale. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll be right back with What's Hot in Books.
Where can I find out about the Venus flytrap?
Where can I research information on my business competitors?
What is the safety record on the car I want?
Where can I research careers?
Where?
I'm all shook up.
The Tennessee Electronic Library. That's where. And it's free to everyone in our state. Now go to your public library and find out how you can log on and get your password to a world of information just for living in our state. Or you can probably even figure out the password just by listening to my voice.
I'm all shook up.
Hello, welcome back. In our What's Hot in Books segment, we'll discuss items of interest in the publishing and reading world. Today we have a very special guest from the Tennessee State Library and Archives, and we'll be discussing the state's Reads program. Welcome Marion Bryant. Marion is the Bluegrass Regional Library Director and Administrator of the Reads program. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Tell viewers about the Reads program and the State Library.
Okay, well, Reads is really a library. We have ebooks and digital audiobooks. And these ebooks and audiobooks can be downloaded to your computer or to a portable device like a tablet or a smartphone. So it's a library, but it's a digital library.
What does Reads stand for?
Oh, that's a great question. Reads stands for the Regional Ebook and Audiobook Download System. It's available, the regional part applies to the 9 regional libraries that across the state. If you have a library card from one of the libraries that belongs to the regional library system, then you are eligible to use this service. So that means basically every public library in the state except the libraries in Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga, and Memphis. They are their own regions and they have their own download libraries. So those citizens have access to download materials, but not through the Reads system.
If I live in Williamson County and I have a Williamson County library card, how would I use the Reads system?
Oh, perfect. Okay, what you would do is you'd go to the Reads website, which is reads.lib.overdrive.com. And you would select your library, like Williamson County or Fairview or Bethesda, whichever one you happen to belong to, and type in your library card, and then you will be given access to all the books that the state owns and that are available through Reads. And at this case time, that's about 25,000 digital audiobooks and about 45,000 ebooks.
The State Library just recently added numerous titles to the system and put in more money into the program.
Yes, that is correct.
What was the decision behind doing that?
Well, the usage has just been tremendous. I mean, when we started in 2006, the first month, we had a circulation downloads of 2,900 items, which I thought was wonderful. In January 2013, we downloaded a little over 100,000 items. So it's just exploded in popularity, and so the state librarian recognized the popularity of this program, and they increased the budget substantially so that we could buy more ebooks and audiobooks for the citizens.
Tell us a little bit more about the devices that you can use Reads with.
You can use them with just about every device that's on the market now. Kindles, basic black and white Kindles, as well as the Kindle Fire and the Kindle HD. The Nook tablets, the black and white Nooks, the black and white Kobos and Sonys, but you can also use them on your smartphone, your Android phones, your Apple phones. There's an app that's free in the App Store, and it's the Overdrive app. And a smartphone or tablet owner can go to the App Store and download that free app and get access to all of the Reads titles.
Tell us a little bit more about some of the other things the State Library is doing right now.
Well, the State Library is constantly involved in a lot of things. There's TEL, which is a huge, and speaking of digital, the library is basically transferring little by little to the digital world. One of the first things to transfer over were magazines. The Tennessee Electronic Library started with access to hundreds of digital magazine articles, so that if you're doing kids doing papers or college students doing papers can look on there and find the magazine articles they need to support their research. But also TEL has been expanded to include now test preparation. If you need to study for the SAT or the ACT or the postal exam or the ASVAB test, you can go on there and actually take practice tests and get graded and so on, so you can be better prepared to do good on those tests.
Well, we'll have to do a whole segment on TEL. That's very interesting.
It is.
If I'm using Reads and I need help, what kind of help can I receive?
That's very important because sometimes, even though it's pretty easy to use and it's getting easier as time goes on, people still have questions. On the Reads website, there is a little question mark, and you can click on that question mark, which is help. And there's a lot of articles on there and videos too to help you learn how to use Reads. But if you don't find the answer you need there, you can click on the support link and it will open up an email, and you can send an email to Reads support, and then they will answer your question and get back with you. Typically we try to respond within 24 hours.
And are some of the participating libraries also helping out with support?
They are, and that's something that when someone goes on to use the Reads website, they'll see sometimes certain books have a little A that says Advantage. That means that your local library may have purchased their own copies of those. So if the state owns 5 copies, your local library may have purchased 2. Like the Williamson is a big user of the Advantage program. And you have many, many titles that you all have bought that are only for the citizens of Williamson County. So the ones that the state owned are shared by everyone in the regional system, but the ones that Williamson County owns can only be checked out by a patron with a Williamson County card. So the wait lists are much shorter for the ones that you all have purchased as well.
We'll talk a little bit about the long wait list. There are some that can take a while.
They can be very long. However, something people need to keep in mind is you might go on there with a book like, say, The Hunger Games, and you'll see that, oh my gosh, I'm on hold number 126 out of 126, and you think it'll take forever. But we purchase another copy for every 5 holds on an ebook and every 6 holds on an audio. So you'll never have to wait longer than 5 or 6 people ahead of you. And you'll get
so don't lose your patience very quickly.
That's right. It'll come quicker than you think. It'll come quicker than you think. You can enjoy the thousands of others we have in the meantime.
And Miriam, give us that email for support if they have questions.
Oh, sure. If they have questions, it's rsupport.tsla@tn.gov. rsupport, that stands for readsupport.tsla@tn.gov.
Well, thank you very much for coming and talking about Reads today. It's a very exciting program. And thank you for joining us. We'll be taking a break now, and we'll return with our Your World segment, so please stay tuned. Did you know the Williamson County Public Library provides free tax preparation for folks who qualify? Contact Vita at 615-830-7940 for more details. Did you know at the Williamson County Public Library's website you can check your account and renew your books? Go to www.cpltn.org for more details.
high blood pressure medication in Cleveland, Ohio,
arthritis medicine in Caliente, California,
cholesterol pills in Peoria, Illinois.
I'm Untitled Williamson. Mile by mile, Americans are getting help paying for medicine through the Partnership for Prescription Assistance.
PPA is a lifesaver.
I'm saving about $650.
It wasn't complicated at all.
5 days later, there was my medicine, and I jumped for joy.
If you need help, you don't have to wait for the bus to get on board. Just call 1-888-4PPA now to see if you may qualify. A trained specialist will help you apply. Just tell them the names of the medicine you take. You could get them free or nearly free.
With the PPA, I can take my medicine daily.
I would like to thank them 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times.
I've always heard where there's a will, there's a way, and I think this was our way.
So whether you're in Morgantown, West Virginia, or Bangor, Maine, call this free service at 1-888-4PPA now. The Partnership for Prescription Assistance, on the road to helping you.
Welcome back. In our Your World segment today, we'll be talking about things that are of interest to you who live in Williamson County. There's some very terrific organizations here that do a lot of good work. And today we'll be talking with Mindy Tate, who is the Executive Director of Friends of Franklin Parks and Franklin Tomorrow. She worked for 5 years previously to that as founding editor of the Williamson Herald. She's involved in the Rotary Club of Cool Springs, past president of Sister Cities of Franklin and Williamson County, and graduate of Leadership Franklin, Leadership Middle Tennessee, and Leadership Brentwood. Wow, you're a busy lady. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been a great experience to be here in Williamson County for all these years.
Where did you find time to go through all those leadership classes?
Well, fortunately, they were over about a 15-year period.
Oh, okay.
I was very lucky to be in the first class of Leadership Brentwood.
Oh,
and that was
fun.
a wonderful experience. And then I did Leadership Franklin and then Leadership Middle Tennessee. So it's been a great experience. And it, in a way, helped me want to move into the nonprofit field from the media.
Oh, excellent. Well, tell us about what you're doing now with Franklin Tomorrow, Friends of Franklin Parks.
It is so exciting. I've been with Franklin Tomorrow as the executive director since April of 2011. And during that time, we've gone through a revisioning process. We've conducted a survey with the Williamson County Association of Realtors. We founded the Friends of Franklin Parks.
Wow.
And we've also launched our Get Fit Franklin project. So we have a lot going on, but at the basis of what our organization is the mission of our organization is to engage the community, foster collaboration, and advocate for a shared vision for the future of Franklin. And we do that by trying to work with groups like the Williamson County Public Library or Sister Cities. We work closely with the Board of Mayor and Aldermen and the Williamson County government. But we really try to engage this community because so many people are coming in new, but also the people who've lived here a long time want to see things maintained that are special to them.
How does someone get involved in some of these terrific programs that you're doing?
We are always looking for volunteers, and always, because we're a very small nonprofit, myself and a part-time employee. So we're always looking for people to get involved through one of our events. Our events include Breakfast with the Mayors, the Shrimp Boil, our Chili Cook-Off, or Get Fit Franklin. So there are a lot of opportunities to get involved.
Tell us a little bit about the Breakfast with the Mayors and who our next guest is. This is exciting.
Well, it is really exciting. This is the 4th year for the Breakfast with the Mayors series, which is presented by First Farmers Bank with a number of other sponsors. In January, our speaker was Cordia Harrington of the Tennessee Bun Company. And in April, the last Tuesday in April, the 5th Tuesday, Dave Ramsey, financial guru and National Broadcaster Hall of Fame inductee earlier that month, will be our speaker at Rolling Hills Community Church. And the opportunity there is to interact. It's Breakfast with the Mayors, so County Mayor Rogers Anderson and Franklin Mayor Ken Moore, as well as other elected officials from the community, come and have the opportunity to interact with the business community or the general citizenry. And we're focusing on entrepreneurship and leadership this year as our topic. So we'll have Dave Ramsey as our speaker in April. In July, we'll have U.S. Representative Marsha Blackburn. And in the fall, in October, we're set to have Michael Hyatt, who is the former CEO of Thomas Nelson, who will speak on intentional leadership and building your own platform for success. We think it's a great series, and it's all free.
How does someone, if they want to come to the breakfast in April, how do they register?
Well, it's good to go onto our website, which is franklintomorrow.org, and sign up to get our email alerts. We have close to 3,000 people on our list for our email alerts that we'll send out to once a month or so to alert people about signing up. But watch the newspaper otherwise and you'll sign up. Fortunately, being at Rolling Hills Community Church, they are so gracious to work with, and they have a great location that can accommodate a large crowd, because we do anticipate that we'll have a large crowd for these breakfasts. We average somewhere between 250 and 275 for these breakfasts normally. Thank you to Chick-fil-A and Royal Cup Coffee for providing breakfast for everyone.
That's always
It's just
helpful.
a great, fun event.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about Raise the Roofs.
Raise the Roofs is the fundraiser for Friends of Franklin Parks, and Friends of Franklin Parks is an organization, is an LLC of Franklin Tomorrow, and our goal with Friends of Franklin Parks is to provide stewardship for future park projects through corporate and private donations. Raise the Roofs was our first year, was last year, and then the event will be June 15th. We're set for June 15th at Harlansdale again for that event. So we're very excited about Raise the Roofs and the potential for Friends of Franklin Parks, which is headed up by Dr. Monty McInturf, who is a great leader in our community.
So tell us about the shrimp boil too.
The shrimp boil will be on I think it's July 13th, the third Saturday in July. We previously had it at the Eastern Flank Battlefield Park, because we do try to hold our events in parks to spotlight the parks. That's going to be some construction going on there, so we're looking at moving that to another location in South Franklin, possibly Berry Farms, the new Berry Farms construction. And so at that event, we give out the Auntie Rutherford Exemplary Community Volunteer Awards, which honor volunteers from other additional nonprofits for their work in the community, and carry cash prizes endowed by the program.
Now, Mindy, tell us your website again for folks that's interested.
It's www.franklintomorrow.org, or you can go to friendsofranklinparks.org. We have two websites. And then for Get Fit Franklin, if you want to get signed up for our community walking project that we're sponsored with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, you just go to getfitfranklintn.org. That's a lot of websites to work off of, but if you just get to franklintomorrow.org, you can find links to the other websites as well.
Well, thank you so much, Mindy, for
Glad
coming
to be
today. And please stay tuned. We'll be back quickly with our Save the Date segment.
My name is Major Jeff Hall.
I wouldn't go to combat for anybody else. If you said that we were going to storm the gates of hell today, I would say, all right, sir, let's go.
I've seen how deadly combat can be. It was the second tour that I started to feel it grinding down on me. When I came back, I became more and more distant.
I could tell when he walked in the door of the hangar. He wasn't the same man.
They didn't know what to say, what to ask. My anger from work would carry over. Never physical, I just wanted them to go away. I didn't want them to be part of what was going on with me. I wasn't about to go to behavioral health. In my mind, that was the death of my career. It wasn't until Colonel Pinnell noticed, and he helped me find the right program, and it helped us. I don't believe that it will wreck your career like I did in the beginning, and I'm starting to see it at the higher levels of command. They're understanding, wow, we owe these guys a chance to heal. So don't be afraid to come forward if you have trouble.
Hello, welcome back to Not Just Books. In our Save the Date segment, we'll discuss programs and events that will be happening in your Williamson County and the library or one of its branches. And I'm very pleased to have today Debbie Edds. She's the Vice President of the Friends of the Franklin branch of the Williamson County Public Library. And please help me welcome her. Hello, Debbie. How are you today?
Hello, Dolores. Thanks for having me.
You are very welcome. Tell us a little bit about how you got to be involved with the Friends of the Library.
Well, let's see. I always wanted to be active with the library because I love the library. That was always a big thing in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a little time, and so I went and volunteered. It doesn't take much time. It's short. And so I was got on and volunteered to help with the book sales and things like that. And it just, and then I got myself vice president.
Well, congratulations, and we appreciate very much your work that you're doing with the Friends of the Library. Tell us a little bit about the Friends, and we've got an upcoming book sale. Tell us a little bit about what goes in the backgrounds to do a book sale. A lot of people don't realize how much detail and how much work it really is.
Yeah, it really is a lot of work. We start out with taking donations from the public, from anybody can donate. And there's a little card up at the front of the library. You can leave your books there. If you have a lot of books, like boxes, and this, hey, it's spring. It's time to do spring cleaning.
That's
so
right.
it'd be great to
That's
get people to, go through their books, and even Stephen King said, there's no book much, worth reading twice. So, just go ahead and donate them to the library. And so if you have a lot, like several boxes, you can bring those to the back door of the library, ring the bell, and someone will actually come out and help you. And then those are from there sorted in our sorting room with our volunteers. And then 3 times a year we have the sale.
And you can you can also get tax forms to claim them on your deductions too.
Which is good. We all need tax deductions, yes.
But go ahead.
Well, from there, we have the book sale 3 times a year. The one coming up is March 21st through the 23rd, and that's a Thursday through a Saturday. And the Wednesday would be the 20th is the preview sale for members only. And you can be a member, you don't really have to do a whole lot, but pay $10 for an individual or $15 for a whole family. It's the best deal in the world.
I was going to say, you get the pick of the donations when you go to that preview event.
Top pick.
Yes, and you can, it's very well worth the money to join the Friends just to be able to get a look at the books, because if you're a person that loves book sales and gets a lot of books, then it's a no-brainer to do that.
Oh, we're our own best customers with the Friends, because we buy up our own books, but the public comes and they just have a ball, and the children come, they bring their own money, they buy their own, because the children's books are only $1 to 50 cents. And then the prices for even the adults are not much. $5 for a coffee table book, $3 for a hardback, $1.
I was going to ask about that. Those are very good prices.
Rock bottom prices, and 50 cents for paperbacks.
Yes.
And so they're just cheap, and then we get even cheaper because on Saturday we go to a half price. Well, we go to $5 for a bag of books is what we do, and it's like a Kroger or Publix bag.
Yeah, they're good size.
$5. Yeah, they are. You can get a lot of books in there. Or you can do it half price. If you only find one book on Saturday that you want, we'll just do it at half price. Like, say if it's a $3 hardback, we just give it to you for $1.50. So you just cannot beat those prices at all.
No.
And it's our biggest fundraiser for the Friends, and the money all goes back to the library.
And what does the library do with some of the funds that it receives from you guys?
A lot of times they buy books, or now the library is starting to buy things for their e-readers, because the Nooks and the Kindles are so popular now. We need more of those.
That's
because
right.
the programs.
That's right.
And also reading programs and other materials for the library, and we leave that up to you, Dolores.
Well, oftentimes the Friends, it's really helpful because the Friends help pay for our continuing education. The profession is changing drastically, and our catalogers are always needing classes. Our other tech services folks are the reference, so that helps a lot in helping those to pay for those continuing education classes.
Yes, and that's our scholarship program. We have a Janice Keck scholarship program also that's also in conjunction with O'Moore. School
that's
of
very
Design.
exciting.
Yeah, that's very exciting. That's new.
Yes.
So we fund our scholarships through those programs also.
And tell a little bit about how the Janice Keck Fund scholarship got started.
Well, of course, Janice was the librarian here at Williamson County for 40 years. She was here forever, and and unfortunately, Janice, suddenly passed away unexpectedly. And a lot of people wanted to know what to do for Janice's memory, and so we said, well, you know, Janice would love a scholarship fund. You know, that would just be her thing, and she loved O'Moore.
Oh yes.
And art and books, and you just couldn't do any more than that with Janice. So so we decided, you know, people wanted to make memorials instead of sending flowers or whatever, and so we started up that fund, and that can still be contributed to.
Yes.
To any time you can send one. Also the Jane Langston Fund, who Jane Langston was also a librarian, and that's another scholarship.
Yes.
And we help the librarians out with their further studies with that.
And it is a tremendous help. It really is.
Yeah, it's great.
Tell us how someone can get more involved in the Friends of the Library if they're interested.
Well, all you have to do is pay that membership fee. Like I said, it's cheap, $10 for an individual, $15 for a whole family. And then you can do as much work as you want to or as little. You can always help out with a book sale. You can help run the sales, which we have a ball at the sales. We have big time. And so, you know, that's just being a cashier, straightening books or loading books in and out of the back room back there into the room for the sale, and just sort of picking up like you would any store. You know, it's kind of our store for those few days. And so you can be a very active member, or you can do a little or not much at all, and we're okay with that. And every year we have an annual membership meeting that's a lot of fun
too, yeah.
And we've had a couple of really great speakers here just in the past few years. We packed the house this last time. I don't know if we could have got too many more people in there.
And the food was good too.
Yeah, the food's good. Yeah,
that's always important.
Yeah,
well, thank you very much, Debbie, for coming today and talking about the Friends of the Library and the upcoming books sale. And please stay tuned, and we'll return with our wrap up of today. Thank you very much. Did you know the Writers Critique Group is held at the main library on the first and third Saturdays of each month from 10:30 a.m. until noon to provide adult authors with serious, courteous critiques of their work. The meetings are not held in the meeting room. Ask the circulation desk for location.
When sharing the road, reaction time is important. Motorists should reduce their speed and avoid tailgating, especially in bad weather. Cyclists have the same rights and responsibilities as motorists. They should travel in the same direction on the right hand of the road and obey all traffic signals. Observing these rules provides predictability for both motorists and cyclists. Remember, same roads, same rules, same rights.
Thank you so much for joining us today for Not Just Books. I hope you enjoyed the show and hope you will join us again. Also, I would like to thank our special guests for being here today. Marion Bryant, Regional Director of the Tennessee State Library and Archives and Reads Administrator, Debbie Edds, Vice President of the Friends of the Williamson County Public Library, and Mindy Tate, Executive Director of Franklin Tomorrow and Friends of Franklin Parks. If you have any comments or suggestions for future programs, please contact me. The email address is notjustbooks@williamson-tn.org. You can also leave comments at the library's website, wcpltn.org. I'm Dolores Greenwald. Until next time, explore your world and read.
Hi, I'm Vince Gill. Did you know that car accidents are the #1 cause of death in young people ages 16 to 20? As alarming as that is, there's something we can do about it. If you just take a simple pledge, it'll help keep your families and your friends safer while you're out on the road. I pledge to wear my seatbelt every time I ride in a vehicle and make sure that others in my vehicle are protected as well. Well, that's it. Come on and join the thousands that have already taken this pledge. Don't be a statistic, be the clique.